What's good, YouTube? It's Pokemaster88 bringing you SPDA Season 3 Luxury Ball. And this is my draft analysis. I am coach at your California Trailblazers, and we are back with a brand new season. I did play in this league last season, and we made it all the way to semifinals. So I am very excited to throw my hat in the ring and get our first draft championship. You know, we've gotten close so many times, but we just barely missed the mark. So we're gonna run it back and see how we do. But man, with that being said, I'm very excited. Y'all should be too. Let's just jump right into the draft order. Here we have the draft order. Your boy landed all the way at number 14th. A very solid spot. But this time around, I experienced many snipes. And a quick shout out to each and every coach participating here. Some of these guys I play, most of them I haven't. But it was a very rough first round for us. So overall, I'm very happy with the team that I drafted. So yeah, this is the fine coaches you see before me. But let's just jump right into the rules. Here we have the rules for this season's Luxury Ball division. Number 1, draft order is randomized in a snake format, 1 through 16 top to bottom, and then 16 to 1 bottom to top. Number 2, each coach will draft 10 to 12 Pokemon. Budget is 150 points per coach. Very simple, very easy to understand. Rule number 3, teams will have up to 3 Tera captains with a budget of 20 points. Number 4, we have Open Tera Preview. So it's Open Tera with Tera Preview. Tera types must be disclosed on team select screen or before the match starts. So pretty much before the match starts, let your opponent know what your Tera types you're bringing. Very simple to understand. And we are moving on to our very first Pokemon. And we have none other than Dragonite. Dragonite is a Gen 1 GOAT. This is my first round pick. You know, like I said before, we've had many snipes. Meowscarada, my very own mascot, has been taken. So I was like, you know what, I need Darkrai. Darkrai got taken. So I was like, you know what, Greninja. Greninja got taken. Because, you know, with me in draft, I love my speed. And I don't like having a slow team, right? So we got round 1 Dragonite. No, he's not the fastest Pokemon, but this Pokemon is extremely versatile. He is our ground immunity. He does have a quad resistance to ice, not the end of the world, right? I've had this Mon twice, so he's a 2-time Trailblazer. And we all know Dragonite is a offensive powerhouse. We have 134 attack, ready to go. But I am very excited to use this Pokemon. We are going to do exceptionally well, and the goal is this season to make playoffs and win a championship. So Dragonite, welcome to this team, and we are moving on to my next Pokemon. We have a Trailblazers classic. We got Tinkaton. I drafted this mon 5 different times. This Pokemon has the best type combo in the game. If you ever see my other draft analysis involving Tinkaton, it is the best type combo, Fairy and Steel. I always call this Pokemon the Queen of Utility. We got moves like Thunder Wave, Encore, Stealth Rocks, Knockoff, right? We have a lot of utility to bring to the table. I'm sorry, Zach Mandarin, you wanted Tinkaton, but you know it's a battle between me and you to see who gets this lovely lady. And this time I came out on top. I mean, this battle is nice from round 1. I'm very glad we got Tinkaton. Tinkaton has a base 160 Gigaton Hammer, absolutely incredible. This is no surprise that we have this mon for the 5th time, but yeah, with that being said, we are moving on to our Mew. Mew is a Trailblazers debut. This is the first I've ever had this Pokemon. This Pokemon loves every team in the game. Top tier coverage. I think there's not a move this Pokemon gets, right? So we're gonna use that to our advantage. I love the 100 stat distribution. So it has 100 in all stats, very solid. Doesn't really excel in anything. Doesn't really master too many things. But this thing's extremely versatile. And picking the right set week to week is going to be key. But I'm very excited to have Mew. And yeah, welcome aboard. And we are moving on to our first Terra Captain. We got Jolteon. We got it round 4 because, like I said before, I do not like having a slow team. So when I saw Jolteon on the board after getting sniped, I was like, you know, we gotta pull the trigger now. If we get Jolteon, solid. If we don't get him, we're gonna be in a very bad situation. So here we got our Jolteon. This is a speed demon, 130 speed. This is the first time I ever used it in a draft format. This thing has very good pivot options with Volt Switch. It does get Calm Mind, so it can set up and sweep. But Jolteon is a Gen 1 GOAT. I remember this is one of my favorite electric types growing up, so I'm very happy to have it. And let's not forget the 110 special attack this Pokemon comes fully loaded with. Very solid overall, and I'm very happy to have Jolteon on my team. So thank you and welcome aboard. We are moving on to our next Pokemon. We got Mandibuzz. Now, I've used Mandibuzz a few times in casual play. This is our 5th round pick. This is a defensive beast, right? It gets a U-turn. And I mainly drafted for hazard control because Lucario Man drafted like all the rapid spinners. At least 3 or 4 of them, right? So we had to take Mandibuzz because there wasn't very many defoggers left, or rapid spinners, or just hazard control in general left on the board. So very solid Pokemon. This is our dark type, pairs very well with Mew. This Pokemon's specialty does not die. 110 HP, 105 defense, not even bad, right? The special defense is actually 95, very cool. Very two great abilities, weak armor and overcoat. But overall, this Pokemon is primarily here for pivot, utility, and hazard control. So Mandibuzz, welcome aboard. Very pleased to have you. And we are moving on. For my 6th pick, we have an incredible poison and ghost type, my favorite. We got Gengar. I've used this Pokemon, it says 2 times, right? But I probably had this Pokemon at least 3 times. It's a true glass cannon. This Pokemon's gonna come in, dish hits for days with this powerful dual stab. Sludge Bomb and Shadow Ball are going to do incredible work for our team. This Mon can't really take a hit in return. If it does, you're very lucky, because 9 times out of 10 it's probably gonna die. But 130 special attack, a spin blocker. This Mon's incredible, and I'm very happy to have it. This is a Trailblazers staple at this point. So yeah, give Gengar a big round of applause. I'm very happy to have you, and we are moving on, Gengar, to our next Pokemon. And this is my 2nd Terra Captain, 7th round pick. We went Tauros Aqua. I needed a water type, I needed a fighting type, and I needed a Terra Captain, so this Mon fit the bill perfectly. We got 3 solid abilities. We got Intimidate, Cut You, Anger Point. We got 110 attack, 100 speed, absolutely incredible. This is the first time I ever used Tauros in a draft format, and you know, having Intimidate, being able to set up and you know, go crazy on a team is primarily why this thing is here. It's just to give us a some very good offense. And yeah, Tauros, I'm very happy to have you. And yeah, moving on. We got Big Boy Mamoswine. This is my first time using it in a draft setting. This is the 8th round pick. It's our electric immunity. We do have a slight weakness to grass, but we got a Dragonite. Mamoswine's stab combination is incredibly hard to switch into. Earthquake and Icicle Crash just does a number on most teams. I think this Pokemon has incredible abilities. Oblivious, I can get the rocks up anytime I want. Thick Fat, we take half damage from fire attacks. Solid. 130 attack. You know, this Mon has offense for days, so very proud to have Mamoswine. I've seen a number of coaches do well with it, so I'm very happy to have it on the Trailblazers this season. So yeah, Mamoswine, thank you, and we are moving on to our next Pokemon. So I looked at my team, right, I didn't really have the best Scald switch-ins. I had plenty of water switch-ins, but I didn't have any Scald switch-ins because a lot of my team is physical attackers. So for the 9th round, we got Volcanion. Very, very solid Pokemon, right? We do struggle with ground types because, you know, our speed isn't the greatest. So if we got any faster ground types in front of us, we're gonna be forced to switch, right? But this Pokemon is incredibly offensive. It has 110 attack, and that's not bad. 130 special attack, exactly what I'm talking about. This Pokemon is just here to hit things and be a menace. This is our special wall breaker. Will pair very well next to our Gengar. This is not just a Scald immunity, but a water immunity as well. So it was either this guy for 13 or grab Ogerpon for 13. So I decided to go with the fire type because it does give me another water type, which isn't the worst because, you know, I don't mind having 2 water types, but having a special fire attack or fire type was a big W for us. So I'm very, very happy for Volcanion. And yeah, welcome aboard, bud. And we are moving on to my last Pokemon. We have Meganium. Meganium got 1,000 buffs in ZA, but unfortunately this Meganium cannot Mega. I needed a grass type, so instead of getting Ogerpon, we did land on Meganium. The bulk is okay, you know, 180 HP, not the greatest. 100 but def is pretty solid, right? Speed is very mid, but overall, this is a very, very cool Pokemon, a very, very fun Pokemon. Meganium is the primary aggressor for our squad. It could be worse, right? I was even looking at Trevenant, right? But we already have a Gengar, so let's just go with Meganium. Trevenant would have been cool for Katera, but it can't. This thing should be a Terra Captain, but it's not, unfortunately. But that's okay, right? So yeah, this is our Meganium. We got Overgrow as our ability. Very standard, very straightforward. I mean, that other ability was a guy, I don't even know what it's called, but it's some sun ability, but we probably won't be using it. We're probably using Overgrow like 90% of the time. So yeah, that's our Meganium. Let's take a quick look at the squad and its fullest and tell me what you think. So yeah, check out the squad, right? We got Dragonite for 16, Tinkaton for 10, Mew for 15, Jolteon for 10, Manabuzz for 13, Gengar for 12, Tauros for 8, Mammothswine for 13, Volcanion for 13, and we have a 3-point Meganium. Not bad. We barely used up all our points, right? We have like 2 remaining points for captains, and you know, just left in general, right? But I think overall we did a pretty good job, right? We're not the bulkiest team, but we're definitely not the frailest team. We got a lot of offense, just the way I like it. But yeah, man, tell me overall what y'all think about the team. I think we did a phenomenal job here. Despite all the snipes in the first round, I didn't get none of the Pokemon I wanted in the first round, but you know, I am very happy with the team I got. I got clowned a lot for getting round 1 Dragonite, but when you pair it with a Tinkaton, you really can't say much, right? They complement each other very, very well, right? We got the Mew and the Manabuzz solid together. Gengar, you know, literally my favorite poison type in the whole entire game. Can never go wrong with that. Tauros, I mean, I've used it in casual play. It's absolutely incredible. Mammothswine, bro, we know Mammothswine has like barely any switch-ins. You know, it demolishes steals, it demolishes flying, it gets priority ice shard. Like, Mammothswine is nothing to play with. Volcanion, I had a friend who drafted it in last season's PHDL. Killed it, right? So he kind of inspired me to kind of use Volcanion for myself. And yeah, we got Meganium. I think overall, we did a great job, and let me know what y'all think. And with that being said, Pokemaster is out.